What is up, FPG fam? Further here, and welcome back to another Aether Gazer video. My apologies for no videos the last couple of days. I was out of town, not in my normal setup, but we are back and we have some interesting news to cover that crossed my desk while I was out of town that I wanted to discuss with you all and get your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It's all about Hela. Now, my previous video that I left off on was talking about Hela, going in depth, speaking about how she's presumably going to be the next modifier after Living Soul Osiris, because we have been following the CN timeline up until this point, and I've been receiving comments in that video talking about how they scrapped Hela and it's going to be somebody completely different and we're going in a completely different direction. So I wanted to go ahead and speak about that today. Furthermore, Chaotic, my boy, put out a video earlier today or yesterday. I'll leave it linked in the description down below for you to check out. Make sure to check out that video, support the boy, sub to his channel, like that video, watch it, and then come back to this one. Puts out great Aether Gazer content. You're going to want to stay tapped into his channel. Went ahead and put out a video speculating the same thing. So I wanted to throw my 2 cents in and talk about it. Now, it's all about how it's not going to be Hela as the next modifier after Living Soul Osiris. Rather, it's going to be Skadi and Leviathan for the summer event. And now, there's a lot of things that are speculating and pointing towards this being pretty accurate that I wanted to discuss and go more in depth in. So the first thing that I wanted to go ahead and point out is that it's the summer event that was introduced with Skadi and Leviathan, which lines up to where we are currently in real life. It's summertime, June, at least for me, and when this video is recorded. So it lines up that Skadi and the summertime event would be right now, and they would push it forward and take Hela out and put it in a different spot on the up drop rate timeline. Whenever that could be, they could have it after this one, or they can push it even further back to make it line up to something that makes more sense. But it would make sense to move Skadi and Leviathan up, introduce the summertime event right now, because that's what we're going through right now, and have it roll out right after Living Soul Osiris. I think that makes complete and total sense to me, and I would be on board with that. So that's the first bit of information or confirmation, whatever you want to call it, that could lead to Skadi and Leviathan being the next modifiers to be introduced. Now, the next thing that I did want to speak about is I had the Taiwanese Facebook pulled up here, and of course we've seen this image before, right? They have the image wallpaper for teasing Skadi and teasing the summertime event. You have Skadi's jet ski back there, so all makes sense, right? And this was a day ago. Now, what they most recently put up about 15 hours ago was this Skadi wallpaper. And once again, just indicating that she's going to be the next modifier after Living Soul Osiris, or at least teasing it. Now, one thing that I did have to point out is this is the Taiwanese version, and this is from the Taiwanese Facebook. So this could be still different from what global drops, but I don't think so. I think if they're showing it in the Taiwanese version, they're just showing it now, and then they're going to show it at some point in time for global, whether that be tomorrow or the next day or the following week. It'll probably be sometime relatively soon where we're going to know who the next modifier is, because Living Soul Osiris only has about, what, a little more than a week left. So I'm sure we're going to be getting some information here soon. And it's probably just rolling out for the Taiwanese version first, and then we'll be getting it for global. So I think this is pretty accurate. Once again, some really strong indications that Skadi and Leviathan are going to be next, and I want to get your guys' thoughts. Let me know, do you think they are going to be next, or do you think it's still going to be Hela? In my opinion, I think this is a good move as well, because you can move Skadi and Leviathan up. These are two modifiers that people were probably going to skip. I know I'm not going to, and I know there's a lot of Skadi lovers out there, including myself, so I'm going to be going for her. But this could give a lot of free-to-play players and light spenders the opportunity to save, because having Hela and Hera right after Osiris and Tsukiyomi is a tough order, because Hela is a great character, great modifier to have because of the AoE damage that she outputs, and then Hera obviously is a must pull. Everybody was going for her, so that was going to be tough to have back-to-back for free-to-play players and light spenders after Living Soul Osiris and Tsukiyomi. So pushing them back a little bit gives individuals more time to save their premium currency and probably skip Skadi, skip Leviathan, right? Most people are going to skip her because I believe she's going to be introduced in the standard banner. It's not a character you have to go for. So I think this is an overall win-win for everybody. Summertime event is probably going to be hyped. I heard the Hela event was not that hype. It's a slow patch and not going to be the most exciting. So pushing that back, having a summertime event with new skins and summertime skins, you know, it's probably going to be an exciting time. Also, I did want to go ahead and mention the modifiers that will be coming. You have Kali, Leviathan, Apollo. If this is similar to what they did on CN with the same characters, and then Vidar, Tsukiyomi, and Nawada with the Leviathan banner. And then they do introduce the new sigils as well. Hopefully this will be the same for Global, Icy Edge of Frozen Seas for the Skadi banner, and then Prophet's Echo with Leviathan when Leviathan drops. So that'll be exciting to have some new sigils to farm up and to go ahead and work towards. So all in all, I think it is a good move. I think it is the right move. I think it's a move that makes the most sense just because of where we are right now. And you have to remember, this is something that they discussed before Global even dropped, that they wanted to go ahead and make the Global experience much more enjoyable than it was from CN. Take the feedback from the CN players and what happened on the CN side and apply it to the Global side, so that way Global has a much more enjoyable experience for everybody. And this is probably one of those moves that would make more sense to be more enjoyable and to make the patches smoother, but not only smoother, exciting all throughout. You're not having too much of a lull period. You could be excited throughout because you get the summertime event with the summer skins and these characters and modifiers, and then you could look forward to Hela and Hera down the road. Gives free-to-play players a better opportunity to save, and it's just probably a net positive for all players of the game. That's just how I'm seeing it. And then they can maybe bump Anubis up or some other modifiers, whatever makes sense in the timeline. I have a lot of faith in the devs so far. They haven't given me a reason to not, so I'm going to go ahead and continue having that faith, and excited to see what we're going to be receiving relatively soon. Anyways, I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you guys for all the support. I do truly appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts. Once again, I probably said that 20 times, but I am genuinely curious what you guys have to say. I'm going to get on out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. My name is Cody. You call me further. I'll see you all next one. Bye, guys.